So to get started, we're going to need our black permanent marker and our coffee filter. We're going to treat the coffee filter as a flower. Okay, so if you notice, boys and girls, there's already the circle right in the middle that is going to define the pollen part of the flower. The rest of the ripples here in the coffee filter will be used to create the petals. So the inside here, we need to mark it in with our black Sharpie. And to do that, we just run our black marker around to define that circle area. Okay, so now that we have our circular shape, that would be the pollen part of the flower. We can go ahead and extend it open now. Okay, and you're going to think about these as being the petals. So our petals are going to be nice and big. And we're going to start off from the circle, bringing them out all the way to the end. Here are some examples of some of the flowers that I have designed so that you can get some ideas as to how the petals can look. You can come up with your own, or you can follow my lead. Now that we have our petals and the center part of our flower, we can go ahead and add some detail. So let's focus on detail next. Boys and girls, so now that we have added our pollen area for our flower, our beautiful petals, and our detail within the flower, we can go ahead and move on to the next step, which is going to be to glue this flower onto our white piece of paper. Okay, so we want to try to get it as centered as possible, and we need to glue it onto the paper. In order to do that, we're going to flip our flower over to the back. Let's get rid of our paper for now. And you're going to take your glue, open it up, make sure you twist it open, okay? And you're going to squeeze your glue gently as you're rubbing it directly around your flower. So try to start in the middle and just with the tip of your glue, start to add some of the glue by rubbing it around and around and around. So we're going to do that throughout the whole area here. All the way till you come to the end. Make sure that all of your flower has plenty of glue. Not to the point where it's going to be dripping all over the place, but enough glue so that it can stick to your paper. You may want to do an outer final coat towards the edge of the flower. Tap it, and now we have plenty of glue to work with here. Okay, so once you have your flower, let's go ahead and now we're going to use our white piece of paper, and you're going to glue your flower onto it. Try to keep it in the center as best as you can. You can kind of move it around. And once you have it in the middle, all you need to do is press on it with both hands. All right, boys and girls, so here is our glued on flower. Now we can go ahead and move on to the next step, which is going to be the background area. But let's keep in mind that Georgia O'Keeffe wanted to make her flower stand out and to be the main focus. So she wanted to create the background as being something very minimal, with her flower being the main focus. That was to show the beauty of natural things around us. So in order to do that, we're going to go ahead and flip our paper in a horizontal position. And we can go ahead and start building on a horizon line that is going to start from one end of the paper to the flower, and then on the end here to the end of the paper on the opposite side. That's to separate the ground area from the sky area. So this is a pretty good example as to what our Georgia O'Keeffe inspired composition is going to look like. And now we can go ahead and start adding some paint. Let's go ahead and have fun painting it in next. You can use any colors that you want for your beautiful flower. I actually like to color my flower with a consistent color palette. So if I use a color for one of my petals, I'm going to repeat it for the rest of them all throughout. So rather than having a whole bunch of different colors all over, I'm going to be consistent with the way that I use my color palette. So let's try that out, boys and girls. Try to be consistent with the color use, and make sure you also paint your background. Let's do that next.